If you're a subcontractor in construction, this video is for you. If you're being deducted 20% of every single invoice from your clients that's getting sent over straight to HMRC and it's ruining your cash flow, in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what gross payment status is, how to get it, how HMRC review it, and what to do once you've actually got it. So stick around to the end where I'll give you a free template to tell you exactly how much you need to pull away each month so that you don't get caught out and lose the gross payment status. So let's get into it. Firstly, what is CIS and gross payment status? CIS is short for the Construction Industry Scheme. It was set up by HMRC to stop tax evasion in the construction industry. The problem with that is it tainted it for the people who were just trying to run a business, feed their family, and grow an asset that they could one day potentially sell or step away from. I've seen CIS be the main reason for making a company go bust. So essentially, your clients are deducting your tax from your invoice. So you're being taxed on your turnover, and that goes to HMRC. And then every month, you're supposed to be declaring to HMRC how much you're being deducted. And then at the end of the year, you put your repayment claim in. Now, if you've been through this process, you'll know what an absolute pain trying to get your money back from HMRC actually is. And that's the reason why we want to get gross payment status, to stop dealing with the headaches that HMRC cause and to improve cash flow. So CIS deductions. If you're not registered for CIS, you'll be getting deducted 30% of all turnover from your clients. If you are registered, it's 20%, and if you get gross payment, it's 0%. And that's exactly what we're trying to achieve. So it doesn't technically save you any tax, but what it does is it massively improves your cash flow, so you're less likely to run out of cash, which is actually what closes businesses down. Reduces the need to use your overdraft all the time, so you're saving on interest and penalties from your bank if you're in that situation, and essentially just makes your life a whole lot easier. Now, who it's for and when does it actually make sense to go gross? If you have tight margins, gross status is an imperative to your business, because think about it, you're being deducted 20% of your turnover. If your profit margin is 20%, you're being deducted more than your profit. So unless you're not paying yourself a wage, it's gonna completely kill the business. If you can stay consistent with putting your tax away and not missing a deadline, then it's definitely for you as well. If you will be missing deadlines, HMRC are going to take that gross payment status away from you. If they grant it initially and you abuse it and don't pay tax, unfortunately, HMRC are going to take it away and you're going to have to suffer that 20% in CIS deduction going forward. If you're not able to put tax aside as well, then you're going to be stung with a huge tax bill that you normally know is covered from the CIS that you've been deducted. So not only will you lose your gross payment status, but you're going to be left in a big hole of tax that you're going to try and dig yourself out, which can take sometimes months or even years to get out of. So how can we become gross? There's a few tests that HMRC run on your business to grant you gross status. One of those is the turnover test. They want to see a minimum of £100,000 in turnover, excluding VAT and excluding materials, if you're in a limited company. If you're a sole trader, it's £30,000. If you have more than 3 directors, then we have to translate that turnover to be 30k per director. So for example, if you've got 10 directors, it needs to be 300k in turnover, but a minimum of 100k for people with less than 3 directors. This turnover must be specifically related to construction work. Another thing HMRC want to see is that you're compliant with all your other taxes and you haven't been late with all of your other taxes. And this is what catches a lot of firms out, to be honest. They want to know if you have paid your PAYE and national insurance on time, your VAT on time, corporation tax on time, and just general good payment history with HMRC. So if you're regularly late with payments for other taxes, you're going to have a much harder time in getting the gross payment approved. HMRC will definitely reject your claim. Now, there is an appeal process we can go through to reject their rejection for gross payment status. We've done this on numerous occasions where clients have come to us using generalist accountants who deal with any industry. We've put the gross payment status in, which they've said there's no point because it will get rejected, because they're just looking on HMRC's guidelines, and as per their guidelines, you are going to get rejected. But because we have a specialist firm within the construction industry, we will put that into the appeal letter and it can actually work. We've seen it turned around a few times where a client's got a couple of missed payments on VAT specifically because they are a bit more lenient with VAT. We've then put the appeal letter in, citing the fact that they've moved to to a specialist firm. We've now given them the information that they need to save their taxes, which is being done on a regular basis, etc, etc. A few other things in this appeal letter, and it's then been approved. So just because you can't get it now, maybe it's just time to choose a specialist accountant and see if they can help you with putting an appeal in, or at least working with HMRC on a timeline to be able to get this gross payment status. I think gross payment status is 100% one of the biggest cash flow improvements for your business. It's probably the biggest cash flow improvement for your business. Only from April 24 was VAT actually a part of gross payment status, so you do need to be making sure that you're keeping up to date with your VAT. HMRC are also much more suspecting fraud as well now, and using that as a reason to reject your CIS gross claim. So if it looks like, or they think that you're doing anything dodgy around any of the other taxes, then they're going to potentially be rejecting your appeal. So again, speak with a specialist, see what options you have, and get the ball rolling with CIS gross payment. Now, even if you've been one of the lucky ones to get gross payment status from a generalist accountant, they usually still won't tell you how to actually manage gross status. And this is what catches a lot of people out. Because what good is getting gross payment status if you've then just got to worry about a tax bill every time that you can't pay year on year? This is the thing that I see most new clients have slipped up on. They get gross, they don't manage it properly, or they're not told how to manage it properly, and then they're just in a big hole with tax that they're really struggling to get out of. When you initially move from having 20% of your turnover deducted to now having 0% of your turnover deducted, it can feel amazing at first. You're cash rich, money in the bank. You spend it on equipment, investments, staff members, more overheads, a new office, etc, etc. You pay yourself, but then you get slapped with a massive tax bill because you haven't been putting tax aside, and you're just used to spending what comes in because you know that CIS is going to cover your tax bill at the end of the year. The trick to this is working out or understanding your actual profit margin. That's what you get taxed on, so that's what we need to understand. From there, we then work out exactly how much tax you need to be pulling aside as a percentage of your income. So then we'll tell you, or your accountant can tell you, or you can work it yourself. This is how much tax you need to pull aside every time you receive a payment, and then pull it aside and don't touch it. A quick little tip here is make sure you're set up in a high interest bank account. You've got now access to your money, which you could be earning up to 4, even 4.5% in a savings account, where you could be making money on a tax instead of HMRC making money on your tax. Like I said earlier, check the comments. I've put a template in there for you to input your numbers that you can get from your software or your accountant. It will tell you exactly how much to pull aside as a percentage of your income, and then every month put that aside, like I say. Let me know if you want to contact into a high interest savings account, and I will introduce you to them. So to summarize, gross payment is amazing for your cash flow. You need to be managing it correctly. It doesn't change how much tax you pay, just that you manage your own tax. So you don't have to wait up to 1 or 2 years to even get your CIS money back, which we have seen on many occasions. Make sure that you're up to date on your taxes, and if you aren't, speak with a specialist and see if there's anything that they can do to help you out. And of course, that can be us. And once you have got it, you need to have a system in place to make sure that you don't lose it. So put your tax aside, don't touch it, earn the interest, and pay HMRC on time, every time. So thanks for watching. If you want any more information on us, or you want to book in a call to see what we charge and what our service looks like and how it differs from a generalist practice, a link to book a call with me is in the description below. Click on the link, book in a call. We'll give you a price depending on what you're looking for. You can mull things over, no pressure at all. Again, if you want to download the free template, it's in the comments as well. Click on the link, input your figures, put your tax aside, earn the interest, and pay HMRC on time. Email address is also in the description. If you have any questions about CIS or anything construction accounting related, get me on there. I'll get back to you within 1 working day. I look forward to hearing from you. I've got many more of these type of videos coming out soon, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss another video. There's going to be lots of information, lots of value from these videos, so make sure you don't miss one. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.